Can we go?
Is it showing live?
Yeah, I can see it. It's showing live.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
You can then just cross check on your mobile phone because I am already on my phone, so I would be able to.
Yeah. 1 second, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. We are live.
Okay, thanks. Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
All right. I'll take this privilege to welcome a very eminent speaker who is present here with us today. And just to brief Ashish ji about the HRX that we are in. This Human Resource Excellence Series has been conducted at LJ since last 10 years. And we have been inviting a lot of eminent speakers from across various industries. And the purpose of this series is basically to expose the students towards the corporate world and, what are the nitty-gritties involved in managing human resources outside and how textbooks are helpful in the corporate world. And sir, I would like to mention over here that this is the first time that we are calling an ex-army man over here. So we are really very thrilled and we are eagerly waiting to listen to you. So not taking much of your time, a very, very warm welcome to you on behalf of LJ Institute of Management Studies as well as LJ University. And students, I'll introduce Major Ashish Mishra to all of you, as many of you were asking me that, oh, a major is going to come, so what are his details? So I had kept it in wraps, sir, so that there is a suspense before the movie starts. And so, yes, Major Ashish Mishra, he is working with Gujarat Maritime Board as General Manager Human Resources since 2011. He was also associated with ICICI Bank and Future Generali India Insurance Company for around 5 years. He also has served, as I told you earlier, that he also has served in Indian Army as a short service commissioned officer of the rank of major for 7 years in the areas of Nagaland and Jammu and Kashmir. I'm very privileged and honored and proud to announce that we have a speaker here who has been awarded with 2 medals in Army. One is a medal for, I think that is Operation Orchid, and second is Operation Parakram. And these medals were awarded to sir for his active participation in highly affected militancy areas at Naga and Jammu and Kashmir. And sir, please pardon and please forgive me if I've taken any wrong pronunciation of this, because this is the first time I am introducing an ex-army officer. So please, you can just bear with it and you can correct if my pronunciation of any of your achievements are wrong. And not taking much of your time, I would like to invite you to Human Resource Excellence Series Day 3, Session 1. Over to you, sir.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. There wasn't any pronunciation problem or any other this thing gaps. You introduced it very well.
Thank you, sir.
And it's again my privilege also. It's always been good to get associated with the students, and we love interacting with them, because the future, if the future is perfect, definitely the things are very much in control. So even I am honored to be a part of this particular session. And maybe I don't know how exactly the process goes on in this, but I want that the session should be a little bit interactive. So maybe you can unmute and mute few of the students so that they can initially respond back. Okay. So a very warm good morning to all of you guys. I think
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
so
sir.
already you have taken one of the best decision of your life, that is you have chosen HR as your major or specialization. So that is one of the good part. So life is going to roll like anything now. I have got to know that the topic for the today this thing is regarding the transformation of HR during COVID times. Okay, so I have got a privilege to serve in army also. I was there in corporate world as well, and now I'm with a state government organization, that is Gujarat Maritime University, Gujarat Maritime Board. Now you need to decide upon on which side of my part, that is army corporate or the government side, state government side, which part of the experience or which part of the session I'll take it further?
So maritime and army both.
Okay, both. Nothing to do with corporate.
Yeah, a mix of all three.
Sir, somewhat experience of corporate world also, which you feel it's important for us to know.
Okay. But you must have met a lot of corporate guys, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But Fauji is for the first time and maybe probably the first time on maritime side as well.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so let me start something on the similar front. Since I am limiting myself to the topic itself, I'll not go beyond the limits of topic. But there are certain things that I need to tell you guys. Maybe for another 30 minutes, that's the session which is going to go. There will be around 8 to 10 points that I'll be pondering upon on. Okay, and there is a quiz which is going to be there at the last of this 30-minute session. Okay, so without naming what point or what specific parameters which I am talking about, you have to keep noting down in your wordings which all are the topics for next 30 minutes that I have covered. And I already told you it is around 8 to 10. Okay, so let me see which student will be able to grab most of the parameters that I'll be talking about. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sure.
The deal of the day is around 8 to 10 points that I'm going to ponder upon on. Just 30 minutes, I'll continue. It's already 11:11. So by 11:41, I'll finish my session and I'll be coming back to you guys for probably any kind of questions or maybe the points that I have asked you to note down. Okay, and I may come back to any of you guys and ask that which all are the points that you have covered. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so to start with, now the COVID thing has come. Lot of changes are happening. There are a lot of changes which are going to come in terms of the industry as well. Okay, but one thing which is very well known as far as the HR is concerned is the HR is known for the transformation. We guys are always up to the mark in terms of the changes that the business always brings, the changes due to nature of the employability that always comes. So there are a lot of things that keeps changing every year. So there is nothing new for HR as far as any kind of changes that comes, and COVID is also one part of it. If I were to say COVID, more or less people are going and working from home and all. So if you see another 5 years or 7 years down the line, as such work anywhere from world is going to come. The thing is that we have speeded up and now we are changing in just one go. Okay, instead of going in a deliberate way, in a subtle way, we are straight away heading towards that online part. Okay, so the HR now has to concentrate. अभी ये online का करना क्या है? How exactly employees are going to be given tasks, how exactly employees are going to be assessed, what all are the various parameters on which the industry is going to run. So you guys, wherever you will go, so any idea क्या changes आने वाले हैं in the coming days with the COVID thing and online thing which is going to take a major chunk of the employment?
So work
Any
from
view?
home opportunities will be more.
Okay,
So all the processes
so
will
what is
go
going to be
online.
HR role?
So
How
all the
HR is
processes will go
HR
online,
role is
like
to deal
recruitment
with the
and
workers
selection.
or through virtually. Now the HR is the center point. He has to work more to coordinate with the employees or engage with the employees and to motivate them also.
But that was always the job of HR, isn't it?
But sir, that was a face-to-face. Now it's for virtually. The COVID period has learned the HR to virtually connect with the employees. And now he also managed that virtual mode with the employees who are working from home. They have to tap track on them and also make them engage or motivated that they while doing work from home they also motivated and they do that productivity work that they are doing from office. They also do that from home also.
So you already had, I think, 3 or 4 sessions regarding this COVID transformation.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So what exactly you think that is going to change?
So the processes will go online, like recruitment and selection stuff, which earlier used to be done like face to face. मतलब personal interviews होते थे पहले, and now the interviews have shifted to virtual interviews. So उसके भी
But
कुछ
we were doing online interviews. Even the foreign companies were doing all these things. Indians were getting hired doing this. So nothing has changed actually.
Policies changes, sir.
Pardon?
Strategies or policy
Okay. Okay. What kind of
and
policy?
leave strategies changed due to COVID periods. There are that quarantine leaves introduce QL.
Okay. What else? Anybody else?
Sir, can I speak?
Yeah, ma'am, please.
Sir, I think for me, it is more of
Ma'am,
about
your
the
video is
psychology.
stuck.
I think, and it is real. Sorry.
Yeah, ma'am, there was some connectivity error. You can just repeat.
Okay. Am I audible
Yeah.
right now? So for me, it is like more about the psychological aspect which has changed. I think people are emotionally drained, and it is really hard to get the work done again from the employees of the organization because the kind of fear is with them. So I think HR role is not only with the policies or the strategies of the organization. It is more related to the psychological aspect, like mental health also, which need to be taken care by HR. This is what I think about this COVID period.
Okay, that's a good point, ma'am. Okay, so any other view apart from this? Any other student would like to contribute? Guys, you need to participate. Okay, so if there are no other views, see, lot of things that is definitely going to change. But what exactly HR is going to play, how exactly HR is going to lead in this particular front, on that regards, I'll again go back to what exactly is the role of HR. If I'll have to talk about the HR part, since you guys have already taken HR as a specialization, I have to tell you the most intelligent guys goes to HR. Okay, probably when people say that HR is a thund job, you don't have much of the challenges, another thing, they are highly mistaken. Okay, if a scientist is making a rocket, he is definitely sitting in an environment which is very much AC environment, but he is launching something to a different world altogether. So if HR is sitting under a AC cabin or under a AC roof, that doesn't mean they are not doing their job. They are the most intelligent being on that particular planet. Okay, that is particular institution. So that is the most important thing that you need to understand, that HR is the most intelligent. And when I talk about the intelligence part, you have to know the business in depth. Once you join any of the organization, you will have to go understand the business first, because HR you already know. The business part that is important is what is required to be done, and that is how the policies, that the job parameters are defined. Okay, so let's say if you go to a particular organization, a worker who is working over there, let's say clerk working, or a data entry operator who is working at a particular organization, what exactly do you expect as a HR to do during his course of time in office? A data entry operator, tell me, what is his job?
To enter the details of the employees.
He is not from HR. Okay, he is just a data entry operator. There are 20 data entry operator in an organization. So what exactly they are supposed to do?
Editing data, compiling data,
Okay.
preparing reports,
Okay.
generation of payrolls. Probably at some extent, generation of payroll, maybe.
Okay, so let's say this is a recruitment firm. Sorry, this is a manufacturing firm. Okay, let's say the car manufacturer, where 20 data entry operators are there. What exactly are they supposed to do? And they are important to the organization. Anyone? Any views? A data entry operator, the name itself tells that what is his job.
So to arrange the
enter
data in
data.
chronological manner, to
And to
collect the
classify.
data and file it, classify the data if possible, analyze the data.
And to
Okay,
make
so he has to do a lot with the data part. Okay, so as a HR, you should know exactly what organization expect from this particular guy. Okay, how exactly is the entire organization defined, and what kind of work that particular person is getting. Okay, so let's say if he is supposed to make the entries of the total number of vehicles that have been, or total number of vehicles that have come out of the organization, the total number of vehicles that have come into the input assembly. Okay, so all these details if he is supposed to feed in, you need to understand how many feeding in a particular day one particular employee can do in a span of 8 hours. So if you understand the process, you will understand that how much amount of job I can assign it to a particular person for a particular day. So let's say if a data entry operator can type 200 pages a day. Okay, so the TAT or whatever the job that you are going to set is going to be between 180 to 210 or 20. This is how the parameters are going to be. Somebody who is typing around 180 pages, average guy, 200 is a good guy, and 220 will be probably a very good guy. Okay, you're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So when you clarify that this exactly is the nature of that job that he is supposed to perform, then it is easier for you to firstly give him the task, secondly also to evaluate his task. Okay, now whether he is online, whether he is offline, whether he is at home, or probably he is sitting in the office, does it changes his job description?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So he is supposed to type 180, 200 or 220 pages every day. And that makes things very, very comfortable. Can you have any problem in assessment of this person?
No, sir.
No.
Or you'll have some problem?
No problem, sir.
No problems.
Let's say if he types 170 page, how do you assess him? 170. 180 is average. So you will call him what?
Below average.
Yes, good. Mansi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so he will be called as below average. So assessment is again not a problem.
No, sir.
Okay, so what did you do initially? You set the parameters correct. In most of the organization, what goes wrong is they don't set the parameters correctly. And when you don't set parameters correctly, what happens? That taking the work out of a person as well as the assessment both goes for a toss. And then afterwards you start blaming that people are not doing good job. Let's say if I don't set a parameter and I'll tell a data entry operator, तुझे बहुत मेहनत से काम करना है और तुझे अच्छा प्रूव करना है, और रोज सुबह और शाम बॉसेस बोले आज मुझे नहीं लगता कि तूने बहुत मेहनत करी है. Is this the way to assess or to set the job description?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So in most of the organization, what is happening?
No, sir.
That बहुत काम करना है, अच्छा काम करना है. But what exactly is the nature of job? And even if you are given a job, is it achievable? Is it within a particular limit? If 200 is the average or 180 is the average number of pages that a person can type, if I'll set a target as 300, will it be okay?
No, sir.
So as a HR, again, your intervention comes in terms of setting the correct job description and setting the right parameters. And that is only possible when you actually know the business. Okay, if you don't know the business, you will only be a recruitment and compensation manager, or probably you will be doing a certain bit of training and welfare activities. You will never be a part of the business. Okay, what does a business wants? Tell me. What is the
Profit.
profit? Okay, so you will have to talk it in their language. You will have to tell that, okay, if this is the way you will go, you will save so many hours of work schedule as well as so many hours of payment that you are going to give it to a particular guy. Okay, so setting parameter in terms of the cost part is something which is very, very important for HR, not at the cost of the employee, but by telling that giving certain leverages, you are going to get much better business. Okay, getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So HR has to ensure very prominently that the exploitation of employee also doesn't happen, but at the same time, a point of time, there has to be a proper business profit as well. Okay. So coming down to the next, can you think of I have given you just a very simple example that a data entry operator, so assessment becomes very, very easy. But what if any other industry where you think that assessment is difficult? Tell me one odd industry where the assessment is difficult, or setting the job description is difficult. Think of it. Anyone who can think of something where the assessment or setting the parameter is difficult? Can you set a parameter for a doctor that आज 5 heart patient तुम्हारे को लेने हैं?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Because it depends on whether वो आते हैं या नहीं आते हैं. So there are a lot of places where a private hospital will have certain targets for the doctors also, na? So how do they set the target for the doctors? That every month 5 heart patient, 5 kidney patient, or probably 5 injuries you'll have to deal. What kind of parameters you will set?
Customer satisfaction or feedback.
Okay, that is good.
So maybe the number of successful surgery he has done so far.
Number of
Successful
yes,
surgeries he
2
has
or
done.
3 students are repeating again and again. How many are there? I can see total are 37.
Experienced doctors, sir. More patients are coming to the experienced doctor.
Okay.
Guys, please participate. I think just feel free to participate. जैसे आप लोग क्लास में participate करते हो, just like that. So please, we know that lots of students are there जो बहुत अच्छा put up कर सकते हैं, who can actually gel up with the discussion. So please participate.
Or people are logged in and people are just roaming around.
Sir, I guess they are hesitating because of the position you are working in. So I guess they are perceiving like the samne major saab hain, so probably that could be a reason.
Actually, we think like
I need to see the faces at least. Okay, I can see now some other faces. Okay. See,
Cameras
so
are on.
there is a task for the faculty as well. I'll come back to you guys. Okay, you'll have to find out a way how all the student will participate, or probably how all the students will be coming and sharing their views. Okay, take this as one of the tasks that when we are doing the online sessions, because this is what the challenge is going to be. So for the HR, finding a solution for every problem is one of the most critical thing. Okay. So next time, whenever in a couple of days, I'll get in touch with you again and I'll ask that whether all the students are participating or not, this has been achieved or not. At least how much should be the minimum participation? 70%, 80%? What should be the criteria?
I think if we will go, then usually in class, I guess 50% of the participant used to participate in our class, if I'm right, Himani ma'am.
I think more than 50.
More than 50%. So
Yes.
I think it is just because of your position, sir. Because हम भी थोड़ा डरे हुए हैं.
हमारे माइंड में ये बैठे हैं, सामने मेजर सर बैठे तो हम लोग वैसे भी नहीं बोल पाए.
कौन बोल रहा है? Who is saying this?
मैम
Divyani.
Ma'am, means major is always, a disciplined kind of person. So
discipline.
It is not disciplined kind of, my dear. It is disciplined. Kind of नहीं होते हैं. But I think sir is right now a HR professional, so you all can just for some time, understand that we are here for discussing HR and not we are not doing any course to join the army. So please relax, right, and please participate.
Okay, so coming
Otherwise,
back
I will
once
give you
again.
some punishments which are given to the army officers. So I think it will be a nightmare for all of us. So please.
सर बहुत मूवीज देखकर बैठे हैं ये आर्मी पे, वो वाली कंडीशन है अभी.
That is good point. So again, coming back to the problem areas where, like when I was talking about the job description and setting up the target, see when you go for the policies, okay, and when you go for setting up certain SOPs, that is standard operating procedure, the most important thing that you need to understand is while setting up the HR guidelines or the guidelines for the employees, you have to think of the most intelligent being, that is how they can make fool of the system. Okay, so let's say in Fauj, you don't think as a Fauji, okay, we have to think as a terrorist, okay, because to understand the mind of the terrorist, you cannot think like a normal person, okay, and once you understand or think from his perspective, then only you will be able to catch him or probably get hold of him. So that is important, and that is how you need to understand that when you set up certain policies in an organization, okay, you will have to think from the most notorious guy or somebody who is very intelligent to fool the system. Like here in the online sessions, when we are taking the online session, you will have to understand how the participation has to increase, how the students are going to make excuses or probably take the advantage of the online limitations, and then they'll try to avoid certain lectures and other this thing. So the parameters, if you set right, there is hardly any chance for somebody to escape. So when the attendance goes in between, if there is another round of attendance, you will exactly get to know how many are present and how many are absent. In the start of the session, I said that there will be certain points which I am going to ponder upon, and you'll have to revert back to me.
Yes, sir.
Did I say so?
Yes, sir.
What was the reason for that?
So that you can know how many are participating
evaluate.
and how many are active in the class.
Exactly.
To ensure
So I knew
active
it is,
participation.
so I knew it is going to happen before the start of the
Yes,
session as well.
you were anticipating the same as they are students ultimately.
So that is what is the role of HR. That set the parameters right at the start, so that at the end of the session or at the end of the particular year, the assessment becomes easier. Okay, so if the start is appropriate, the end is definitely going to be, the evaluation becomes much more easier. And I'm noting down the name of the student also who are appearing on my screen. So I have already done the assessment of these students. Okay. So that is one part. Okay, coming down back to my session. Few people will come with, like I'm talking about the employee front, there with the online thing or with the COVID thing, people are going to come with no connectivity. There is a noise and disturbance behind me, so I cannot talk. There is a COVID patient nearby, so we are being quarantined and all other kind of issues. These kind of things will keep coming up. So once you design a particular task very clearly, it becomes easier. So if a data entry operator has been given a job of typing 180 or 200 pages, wherever in the world he can be assessed. Okay, and on the similar front, any particular task also can be assessed wherever he or she is. I'll tell you one of the good this thing, or one of the scary moment as well in the army when we had gone through a particular mission. It was a 2-day task, and we were supposed to send certain amount of ammunition to the other post. But while sending this particular ammunition part, there was one area which is called as no man's land, and we'll have to go through this particular part. Okay, the no man's land is one particular part where you are not supposed to, any of the adversaries are not supposed to go on to the others part. Okay, so while doing this particular task, we lost the communication at the mid of the night. Okay, and when we lost the communication, the other part of the team was not aware of what exactly are we doing. But since the plan was charted out so well, even if the communication gets lost, in the next day morning when we are supposed to reach early at the 0430 hours, we were there at that particular point of time, and the team that we were supposed to meet was also available at that point of time. So without any glitches or without any confusion, we reached that particular point, because our entire mission was not dependent on the communication. It was depending completely on the planning. So if you plan it properly, definitely there will be an additional advantage that you are going to have, and that is what is HR supposed to do. Start of the year, sit with the business, set the targets very well, keep certain space for a little bit of revision of targets, and then roll it through. What we do not set the targets properly. Okay, and that leads to a problem and confusion at the mid, and you try to accelerate afterwards. So you ask the employees to sit for late hours, you ask them to give more this thing output, and then at the end of the day you end up not achieving most of the part, and also frustrating the existing employees, who definitely are going to leave after a certain period of time, or probably will not be an asset to the organization. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the health part of it. Okay, being a Fauji and again being a part of the armed forces, we had a mandate that that sounds sometimes funny as well, that you are not supposed to be ill at any point of time. That was part of your job. You can't get sick. Now most of you will be thinking, how can you know that you will not fall sick? But that was one of the target we had, that was one of the mandate we had. That was, you cannot fall sick. Okay, and how are you going to do that? So there was a routine activity which was mandated right from the morning PT to the games parade in the evening, and other kind of physical activities which we were supposed to do, and that makes you a different individual altogether. So when you are doing continuous exercise, definitely your immune system and other body parts are working very well, and you will not fall sick most of the time. And the COVID is one of the classic example that whosoever has got a good immunity will not fall sick, or will not fall that sick which otherwise a guy is going to fall. So HR has to keep on conducting certain criteria, certain rewarding mechanism on terms of the lesser sick leaves, the lesser leaves, or sort of this thing which you are going to give, which will definitely motivate the employee to remain fit as well. Okay. Okay. So last point which I am coming to is the limitations. Okay, sometimes we think that there are limitations in terms of our body, in terms of our thought process, in terms of how much we can achieve. See, the very first thing that was broken when we were there in army was our thought process. Okay, so initially when we joined, okay, just after a week time, we were told to run 2.4 kilometers. How many? How much?
2.4 kilometer.
Anybody who does running or probably is into sports or anything? Any of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अभी आई आवाज थोड़ी बहुत है ना? Good. Now some guys are speaking as well. 2.4 किलोमीटर कितना टाइम लगता है?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Around
10-12 मिनट लगेंगे
15 minutes.
और कंटिन्यूस चलेंगे तो
Sir,
Okay,
by
so
20 to
15 minutes.
25.
Pardon?
20 minutes.
I run 20 to 20, 15 to 20.
15 to 20 minutes for 2.4
No, sir, 10
kilometers.
to 15 minutes.
Okay, so our
10
cutoff time
minutes.
was 9.5 minutes. So you have to complete 2.4 kilometer in 9.5 minutes. How much?
9.5.
9.5.
Okay, and you know 90% of us failed. The very first test that during the training, the very first test that we had, we ran for 2.4 kilometer and 90% of us failed. So our instructors told our seniors, you are now the senior lot. Okay, you are in second year. So same way we also had our seniors. So our instructors told our seniors that you got a very weak lot. Okay, and you have to train them more hard. So you know, after the continuous this thing of the continuous schedule of army training at 10 o'clock when it is lights out, it was our senior time. Okay, and the senior used to train us. You know how they used to train us? From night 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, one has a duty, another one is 11 to 12, the third one is 12 to 1. Okay, so a week time there was a ragda session and it was quite a difficult ragda. So we hardly used to get 2 to 3 hours of sleep. You know, after 1 week after getting that ragda, how many of us passed? 90% failed initially. How
Sir,
many
we
of us
can't
passed?
walk even properly after Ragda.
So how many of us passed? Think of it.
Sir,
Just give a number. Huh?
70 to 80%.
85% around.
So 90% of us passed. Okay, remaining only 10% remained, and that too also passed after 1 week of another ragda. So by the time we completed that, okay, another task after a month was 5-kilometer run. Okay,
Sorry
and
to
this
interrupt
5-kilometer
you.
run.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. I'm so curious to know what is this ragda actually.
Ragda
sir,
means a physical training session. This is a local lingo. Okay, ma'am. So this ragda means a physical training session. We call it ragda because it is beyond the office hours or beyond the beyond the designated hours.
वो रगड़ देना ऐसा किसी को बोलते that kind.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so the next task was 5-kilometer run with our rifle, which is 5 kg, with our boots on, and another 5 kg backpack. Okay, and the time limit for this 5-kilometer run was 25 minutes. Okay, how many of us must have cleared? Just give a rough numbers.
70%.
Around
70 to
75%.
80%.
No, only 40% of us could clear. Okay, so another 2 weeks of ragda session.
Oh.
Okay, then 100% through. Again, by the time we are out of it, there was a 14-kilometer cross country. Okay, cross country means you are not running on the road. It is going to be mud. It is going to be hilly terrain also. It is going to be in the fields also. So 14-kilometer run, and that was a company competition. If you don't perform well, your company will lose. Okay, there were different companies in the training academy. So 14 kilometers, you have to give your best. If your company will lose, there is going to be what?
Again,
Ragda session.
Bigger ragda session. So the intensity of ragda increases every time. So it is better to perform your best. Otherwise, you know what is going to be the result. So you think that all of us cleared 14 kilometers?
No.
No.
It was the prestige of a company, our company. So you have to perform and you have to give your best. So 14 kilometer, what did you think? There was no time limit, okay, in this. You can come late as well, but you have to finish it off by any means. So do you think that we completed?
Yes,
So
definitely.
without
sir.
time limit,
Yes,
the
sir.
possibilities
sir.
are high.
Yes, sir.
तो नहीं चल पा रहे थे ना, उनको हम उठा के लेके आए.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is a task.
कि अगर तू नहीं पहुंचा, if the last guy doesn't get in, the entire company is going to fail. So whosoever could not run, they were made to run, and finally those who could not at all, they were made to either crawl or they were brought on our backs. Okay. Again, by the time we are out of that, there was another task of 40 kilometers, 40, with 20 kgs of backpack, this time 20 kg, and another one 5 kg rifle and our boots and everything. That was a night map reading march as well. So it was based on the maps. Okay, you'll have to follow the map, you'll have to follow the stars in the night, and then you'll have to reach the destination. And if you do it properly, then it is 40 kilometers. If you lose your way, then you can go anywhere. From Pakistan to Nepal to Burma, anywhere you can go. So next was 40 kilometers. You think that we completed?
Yes.
Different companies?
Everyone.
So what was
Yes,
the
sir.
time limit?
That 6 hours was the time limit where we were supposed to get in.
I think
6
just
hours.
because it is a do or die situation, so everybody must have completed it.
So in my company, I'm talking about my company, we lost our way. Okay, in the night, somebody who was reading the map went somewhere else. Okay, and there were open wells. You know, in the villages, there are open wells which do not have boundaries.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes,
in between,
sir.
one
Yes.
or two guys fell into that also. And we were not supposed to switch on our torches. The reason being it was a proper military exercise kind of thing, where you are not supposed to open the torchlight because then you are visible from very distant. So there are 2-3 guys, we could only hear, "Bhai bacha le, awaaz aa rahi hai piche se." Okay. And then we realized that some of them are inside the well as well. So with all these things happening, instead of 40 kilometers, we did 55 kilometers before reaching our destination. So we increased the distance by 15 kilometers because we lost our ways. But finally, we could reach in time. And after reaching there, we hardly had any energies which was left. But then there were other tasks which were waiting for us. Do you think that if another time somebody tells us that 200 kilometers, what would be our answer?
अब
No.
नहीं.
अगर कोई 100 kilometers next बोलता तो हमारा आंसर क्या होता?
Not possible.
नहीं होगा.
अब नहीं.
नहीं होगा.
Huh?
थक गए अब नहीं.
So in army, there are something called as long distance range patrols. They go for 400, 600 kilometers. How much?
400,
600
kilometers.
That is not applicable for everyone, but these are certain patrols that we are supposed to do. Okay. So starting from 2.4 kilometer to hundreds of the kilometers.
100 kilometers.
Okay. And we could achieve almost all of them. So you know the capabilities of the human body, what all we can achieve. There is an immense capability. The problem lies here. Okay. Once you say, I am capable of doing that particular thing, there is no limitation. If you think that I can do 20 kilometers, you can do 20 kilometers. If you think that 50 kilometers, you can do 50 kilometers. If you think that you can do 100 kilometers, it is 100 kilometers. If you think that 500 kilometers, it is very much possible. And again, age is not a bar for that. You know, this last Diwali, I went from Gandhinagar to Indore, that is my hometown, on cycle. That is around 450 kilometers. And I left army long back.
So Gandhinagar to?
Pardon, ma'am?
Gandhinagar to where?
To Indore.
Indore. Madhya Pradesh.
I thought only Milind Soman is doing this thing. I think you are more than that.
So most of the Fajis, ma'am, you will find invariably they know, but most of us don't come out and will be talking about it because we know that certain things are to be kept to ourselves only. So I'm just talking about the human capabilities that as a HR guy you should understand what all are the possibilities, how much you are capable of, and how much you can deliver. Okay, and if your that thing is mine and you target it well, you will be able to achieve any particular thing in your life. Okay, so I'm done with my part, and what I said after 30 minutes I'm going to ask that what all are the 8 to 10 points that I have covered. So maybe ma'am, you can just ask one or two odd students that who all have been able to grab most of the point that I have covered during this session.
Sir, my apologies to you, sir. We want to hear more from you. It is not enough for us. Our apologies, but it is not enough. We want to hear more from you, sir.
Okay, I think I have only 10 minutes with me, isn't it?
Sir, if we can keep a time limitation aside, we want to hear, really, we want to hear more from you.
Okay, so I am more or less done from my side. If specific questions are there, I have just kept 15 minutes for the question answer session. So if anybody has got any specific question or maybe any query.
Yeah, Randa ma'am, I think we can open the session for question and answers and then we can hear more. Yeah. Now the session is open for questions. Students, you may please ask whatever you feel you want to. Please go ahead.
Sir, which culture you find better? Like you have been with army, you have been with ICICI Bank. Now you are again with the government organization. So I want to know more about the culture differences and how you cope up with that, and which culture you find better as a part of socializing, as a part of managing human resources and everything.
I had the same question, ma'am.
You are asking my entire lifetime experience by now.
So,
Good question, ma'am.
purposefully, sir, because we want to hear more from you.
Okay, ma'am. See, Army is definitely a culture-based organization. Okay, they are maintaining the culture. The highest level of HR, if you talk about, happens in Army, because if you can motivate someone to die, that is the highest level of motivation one can do. So dying for the country is something that is inculcated in us. When there are bullets coming from the front and it's still you are running, that is something which is unachievable in any other organization. You cannot think of. So culture wise and its own legacy or its own years of historic this thing, the army has built it up over years, and that right from the training or probably the selection part, right from the selection part to the training and then finally joining the our respective regiment, there is lot of you say input to a particular individual that goes in, and it actually makes a very kind of culture which is very imbibed in all of us. And across the country we all follow the similar kind of instructions. So let's say during the training, if it is die mode or buy mode, so everybody should be able to understand that die mode is right and buy mode is left. Okay, when you say any kind of command, so let's say you are there in a battlefield, just one command and everybody understand what exactly they are supposed to do. So that makes a lot of difference when it comes to the kind of operation that you carry out. That's why we are very fast. So army culture is very good. Corporate uh, corporate try to follow this particular part, but the problem with the corporate is the tenure of the employees. The tenure of the employees are not very high compared to the government organization, and that leads to certain limitations for the corporate guys. But otherwise in corporate also, if the HR is strong, you will be able to drive the culture. You are not, because it's the culture that makes the organization a success or unsuccessful. It's not the number of hours that you work. It is the number of quality hours that you work and you give it to the organization. That is important. So the culture in an organization depends majorly on the HR and how strong you know the organization. In the government, again, there are advantages. That is state government, there are advantages, but this culture is limited only to that particular institute. It doesn't goes beyond, like in the case of army. So yes, there are differences, and coping up with all these three different fields were also difficult for me. It took me some time to understand their culture and then getting adapted to that particular environment.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, can I ask one thing? I just have a question. I just wanted to know about something your current organization, Gujarat
Ma'am,
Maritime.
your voice is not audible. It's quite low.
Am I audible right now, sir? Am I
Yeah,
audible?
bit. Yeah. Little bit.
Yeah, sir, I just wanted to know something about your current organization. What is the working culture over there, or how the HR is actually working over there? If you, say something about that, and what is the actually COVID impact on the current working system of HR or of the organization?
Okay, ma'am. The present one which I am working with is Gujarat Maritime Board. Okay, this entire 1600 kilometer of coastal area that belongs to the Gujarat government comes under us as a maritime board, and the entire shipping industry or the entire ship-based business which is there is being handled by the maritime board. So the maritime board takes care of any kind of import, exports, and uh, other related business which has to do with the sea. Okay, so it's quite and it is number one in the country. We have got the largest refinery of the world, that is in Jamnagar Reliance. We have got the largest ship breaking yard, that is Alang, which is there with the Gujarat Maritime Board. So it's one of the most successful board in terms of the country, and obviously it has got various numero uno at lot of platforms. So we have done a lot of initiation from the beginning when others were not started only, we were far ahead of them. In terms of the COVID impact, yes, there was an impact, but because more or less the ship-based business or the cargo that runs through the ship, it has got very limited crew. It has got very limited number of crew members. So the movement of ship was not a problem, because once you are on board on ship, the COVID cannot reach you. You are in the ship and in the sea. But at the other places, initially we had to limit our business in terms of, because it is more or less manpower intensive business. Lot of manpower works at shipyard. Okay, lot of manpower work at a particular port. So those kind of business initially got a little bit affected, but now we are running almost around 80 to 90% of our capacity. So not much of the impact that has taken place in the industry as such, because the cargo movements and other things are definitely going to be a part of it. But for yes, 2-3 months there was some reduction in the total number of cargo that we received. As far as this field is concerned, very limited knowledge about this field to any of the people. What exactly is the maritime field? How the entry happens in this particular part? What are the different roles that people play? And we have got very limited number of specialists. Okay, so the specialists sometimes we have to hire it from abroad as well, because in India people don't have exact idea about what exactly this particular maritime sector is. Maybe next time whenever you will call me, I'll talk more about the maritime part, because that session itself is long enough for me to cover. So maybe next session we may cover this particular part. Yes, HR as far as is concerned, the HR has to reach at very far off locations. Also, we are a peculiar limitations, because the ports are generally far from the cities. Okay, so right from their transportation to their working, and to keep a certain level of checks and balances, little bit difficult than the other HRs, especially for a woman to go at those far locations. Keeping a safe environment is again a challenge which most of the time comes, but we've been able to achieve it very well up till now. Security is one important aspect, because it comes to the international and national security, because in the port premises even the other country can also enter, and we know how what kind of neighbors we have got. So there are different set of challenges in the port sector, which the HR has to deal day in day out.
Sir, I have another question. Like, how many people are working under you and how you are motivating them? Since you have such kind of background wherein motivation is something which is really essential. So, how you are motivating and by far how they are motivated by your influence, by your way of motivation. How far you have changed them or motivate them or inspired them accordingly?
Okay, ma'am. Around 1800 employees are there with Maritime Board who are on the regular roles of Maritime Board. We have got close to around 300 odd outsourcing employees as well. And again, around 300 odd apprentice, because apprentices are also supposed to be taken in an organization which has got a strength of more than 40. So, lot of initiation that we have done, which is generally not possible in a government organization. We have rolled out certain programs, like let's say, just a small example, we have run a particular session in terms of, we have run a particular session in terms of the idea generation. Okay, so people who are working for last 20 years, 30 years in the organization never got a opportunity to give idea on how the business can be increased or how the technical support can be given, how the financial part can be taken care of. So we have run a competition, various competitions on the different parameters. Let's say on the mechanical front, on civil front, on the financial front, on the management front. So, and we actually rewarded them very well. So there are certain projects worth crore that is started after those competitions. Okay, because people came out with the ideas. Somebody having 20 years, 30 years in the service, and he was not even asked to speak or to give his idea. So we gave a lot of platform to the employees to give their suggestions, their ideas, and that has actually done very well. Secondly, this outsource model never existed in GMB, but with the number of manpower which was reducing and the organization do not want to take a permanent liabilities, so we are not going for the regular recruitment on board with GMB. So we have started a very novel kind of outsourcing model which was initiated during my tenure itself, and we are still in continuing with this. Generally, the concept in government is L1, that is lowest bidder. Okay, the one who bid lowest will be getting the contract. That is how government functions. So here in manpower outsourcing also, what they were doing previously was they were calling for the lowest bidder. So we were getting a driver with 7,000 or 5,000 per month also. We were getting data entry operator again 5,000, 6,000 or 7,000 rupees. But if with this low amount, if you are going to hire the manpower, a person cannot earn his bread and butter with just 6,000 or 7,000 rupees a month. It is difficult. So one has to understand. So we change our concept entirely. We have freezed the rates. Okay. And as of now, we are paying almost close to around 18,000 to a driver. Okay. So we are getting the quality driver. The pilferages in terms of diesel and other this thing, the theft of diesel and this thing that used to happen doesn't happens now. We have got the quality drivers. We have got the quality management executives. We have got the quality specialized services. So you have to understand that exploitation should not happen. So this model is very much successful in the entire Gujarat. And we have got now MBAs with us. We have got now MTech with us. We have got lawyers with us. So we have got a lot of specialization with us because we are paying and taking care of them in that way. So quite successful model. Even our apprentices, the apprentice are the one who goes through the ITI and come to the organization. Now they are making the gadgets which are making our national level entries. Okay, recently they have done some Wi-Fi switches and other kind of things that we got them made. So I generally take personal care that whenever anybody is coming to the organization, we can give them a lot of learnings, and that is how the HR is supposed to do. I cannot increase your salary. I cannot increase your bonus component or any other component. What as a HR we can increase is their knowledge part, is their experience in the organization, and definitely bring them to a next level through training and other inputs or like motivational exercises and other these things which are important. So we have been quite successful. You can take the feedback of HR in the Maritime. You will get a good feedback.
Sir,
Thank you,
Sir,
Sumit
I
sir.
want
So I
sir,
have a
I want
question.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So let me ask. Sir, you just said in your like speech during that speech that thought process is very important for any person. So you have worked with government organizations also and corporate world also. So what was the major challenge which you faced between this? Like we all know that thought process of government employees and corporate employees is quite different. So how did you manage between them?
Yeah, it was a
What were the
difficult task.
major challenges? Yes, sir. And what was the major challenges which you faced during those times? I want to know that.
Okay, I have quite funny experience in this particular part. Being in army and being from the private world, because in private also, corporate also, people have a different approach.
Yes.
Because in army, it's a motivation, it's something that you do for the country. In private or corporate, it is the fear of getting laid off. Okay, but in Sarkari, there is no such fear. Okay, so
yes,
when
sir.
initially I came, I used to pass certain instructions कि ये काम कर देना. And after 2 days, if I'll take feedback, ये काम हो गया? नहीं साहब अभी तो नहीं हुआ है. And again after some days, I'll give certain tasks to certain thing. Then again I'll ask, ये काम हो गया है? तो बोले नहीं साहब अभी तो नहीं हुआ है. I thought ये क्या हो रहा है? Is there a problem in my understanding or their understanding? So I called one of the senior guy and I asked him, what is the problem? बोले साहब आप इंस्ट्रक्शन दे देते हो लेकिन आप लिख के नहीं देते हो उनको. आपको उनको राइटिंग में देना पड़ेगा. एंड आई वाज लाइक मैंने बोल दिया तो फिर राइटिंग में देने की क्या जरूरत है. सो दे सेड दैट साहब यहाँ तो ऐसे ही चलता है. until unless you give it in writing they are not going to follow. मैंने क्या रीजन? बोले रीजन इफ टुमारो यू से मैंने नहीं कहा था तो.
Yes.
So I was like,
Government में होता है.
yeah, so I was not actually aware of this particular culture because in Fauj if we'll say something, okay, if you say shoot तो बोले सर लिख के दो तब शूट करूंगा तो गए. ठीक है. So I was coming from a different culture and here it was a different thing. But over a period of time, once they got to know that the officer is of different kind, once he says something, he means it. People will test you again and again and again and again. This is an ongoing process. And once they realize what you say, you mean it, they will start following you. So there was a literal cultural shift that has taken place, at least in my team, that whenever certain things are happening in the department, a very small team creates a lot of difference. So it majorly depends on the leader how he takes it forward, and HR has got a lot of responsibility. So in maritime, HR has got its own footing now. When we say something, people listen to us very seriously, and they know that these guys mean business. So my team has got a very specific role to play, and now this thing doesn't happen. They don't ask something in writing. So the changes takes place, but it takes time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I
So,
have a
sir,
question.
Yeah, please go ahead. And I think we are already over. We already overshooted the time. So maybe last one or two distinct questions.
sir, I
Yes,
have a
sir.
question.
Yeah, Kinjal, tell me.
Sir, as you said, yeah, you have made some changes into your organization. So how you implement that changes, and during that implementing that changes, you have may face some kind of conflicts or opposition. How you handle that?
You have to. Yes, you are very right. We face a lot of challenges while executing certain things. Okay. Some of those we thought that it is going to happen. Some of that we never thought that it's going to happen. Okay.
There are mindset
Like
in the
let's
people
say,
that.
yeah, like let's say when we have taken the outsourced drivers. Okay, the regular driver had a problem with that. Okay, so there are times when you face certain changes which you have never thought of it as well. But once you know what exactly is the aim and you have a end very much clear. So whenever you start anything, let's say if you are starting from home, you know very well that you have to go to college. Then it is easier. Okay, whichever route you will take, invariably you will reach your college. But if end is not known to you at the start, you will end up doing nothing. Okay, so
Okay.
while taking up any project, it is very important that you should know what exactly I want to achieve from this. Not for the heck of it. That you go for a plantation drive, you just sow or you just put a sapling, and then you will say that's it. You will not take care of that sapling afterwards. So the entire purpose is defeated. The purpose is to do something else. So the end has to be there in mind, and challenges will definitely come every time it comes. So if the end is clear, your intent is clear, which is very, very important, you'll be able to achieve. Not much of the problem will come.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I have a question which is, not related to organization, but I have a personal question. Our
Yeah, ma'am.
civilians' perception about military people are like they are very strict. They are they are adhering to timelines. They are very disciplined, and they don't tolerate or they are not able to accept any kind of, indecency and everything. Is it actual so? आप लोग हंसते हैं, आप लोग मजे करते हैं, या एकदम ऐसे कड़क वाला आपका रूप रहता है जो हम लोगों का perception है आपके लिए? Sir, this is on a lighter note I'm asking because I'm really curious to know. And
सर
probably
आपका एक
I
आर्मी का सेशन सेपरेट रखना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
Definitely, ma'am.
Sir, actually, I just also want to add to it because अभी हम और रंजना, मैं और रंजना मैम, we were discussing this thing that our army personnel is somebody, बहुत ज़्यादा एक perception होता है mind में that ऐसे होंगे वैसे होंगे, and maybe just because of this, when you have started the session, nobody was saying anything, सब शांत बैठे हुए थे, and last में अभी बहुत सारे questions आ रहे हैं, and the session is going to end. So please, Ranjana ma'am का जो question था, वो same question, rotates in my mind also. Is this the same way जैसे आप लोग वहाँ रहते हैं वैसे ही हैं, या फिर it is just like a normal human being?
So after an hour of a session, what did you think about me? Did you find me very strict, very disciplined, or some sort of that way? What is
yes,
your
sir,
perspective
very
on
much.
this?
You seems to
I
be
feel so.
disciplined.
As
Yeah.
far as timelines are concerned and everything, I feel so. लेकिन हाँ, थोड़ा सा हम ओपन अप हुए हैं क्योंकि वो हमें लगता है कि जो बिहेवियर वाइज भी वी कैन एक्सेप्ट, लाइक हम क्वेश्चन पूछवा रहे हैं, दैट इज इटसेल्फ इज द इंडिकेशन कि हमें थोड़ा डर कम लग रहा है.
Yeah, so that is how we are, ma'am. But our job demands a very specific nature of behavior. Okay, so what you are saying is correct in most of the aspect. We are very disciplined. We have to follow rules exactly the way they are. We are not supposed to question our superiors, and there are a lot of areas in where we behave in a particular fashion. But that is the way our job demands. Okay, I'll give a very specific example. I think I have 5 minutes, isn't it? I can
Yes,
continue.
sir. Sir, actually, our next session is at 12:45, so we have a lot of time. Sir, आपका अगर कोई भी schedule हो, otherwise, I think we are still open for more 30 minutes. So
Yeah, ma'am. Another
whatever
5-10
you
minutes.
decide.
I'll just close. Yeah.
Yes.
So the reason being, yes, I also want to clarify on this particular part because we Fauji have a typical image that probably is there, but we have a specific job in hand. Just to give you an example, let's say if we are entering into an enemy territory, okay, this enemy territory is laid down with the minefields. Okay, the mines are laid across. So when you cross the location from one location to another, there is a minefield in between. Now, a specific kind of tank is there which clears the minefield. Okay, so at first tank goes, it is a very heavy tank. So if the mine get blast, okay, the tank will not get affected because this is a very, very specific heavy tank which is meant for that. Okay, now this tank will make a way for other tanks to follow. Now think of a situation that if one tank and the same route every tank has to follow if they have to cross the minefield. Okay, 1 inch here or there and your tank is blasted. The same thing goes with the individual also. We clear the minefields, but आपका पाँव कहीं और रखा गया गलती से, so you will lose your leg. Okay, so when it comes to discipline, it is about life and death for us. So if instructions are being given, you are not supposed to question and challenge because it is a matter of life. Today in business, if I get a loss, maybe I lose 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore, 20 crore. But there is no cost of the life. So we are supposed to behave in a certain fashion, which is the typicality of our job. अगर हमें टाइमिंग्स दी जाती है, why it is important? क्योंकि everything depends on time. Again a small example, कैसे अलग अलग यूनिट्स काम करती हैं, जो वो मुझे सिविल में इतना देखने को नहीं मिला है, और जो हम हर बार कोशिश करते हैं कि ये कोऑर्डिनेशन बहुत जरूरी है. लेट्स से अगर मुझे 0400 आवर्स पर अटैक करना है किसी लोकेशन पर, सो 0350 आवर्स पे या 0345 आवर्स के ऊपर में आर्टिलरी या जिसको बोलते हैं बॉम्बार्डिंग चालू हो जाएगी मेरे यहाँ से उस पोस्ट के ऊपर में, और वो बॉम्बार्डिंग 10 मिनट तक चलेगी या 15 मिनट तक चलेगी. सो लेट्स से 355 तक वो बॉम्बार्डिंग चलनी है, तो मुझे सिर्फ 5 मिनट का गैप मिलेगा जब तक कि एनिमी वापस खड़ा हो जाएगा. और मैं 5 मिनट से 1 मिनट पहले निकला तो मेरी खुद की बॉम्ब्स मेरे ऊपर गिर जाएंगे और मैं वहां भी मर सकता हूँ. सो एग्जैक्टली 340 पर बॉम्बिंग विल स्टार्ट, 355 दिस बॉम्बिंग विल स्टॉप, एंड 355 टू 4 o'clock तक 5 मिनट का जो मुझे विंडो मिलेगा, उस 5 मिनट के अंदर मुझे उस दुश्मन की लोकेशन पर पहुंचना है. सो एवरी सेकंड काउंट्स, क्योंकि अगर तब तक वो खड़ा हो गया तो वो अपने से गोलियां चलाना चालू कर देगा. Okay, so very typical nature of job that we are supposed to perform, where the timing is of great importance, and यहाँ पर communication नहीं होता है. The mobile network doesn't work over there, the other thing doesn't work, so you have to remain disciplined because that is the only weapon that you carry with you. So otherwise we are very jolly in nature, we know how to live life and other this thing. Probably you will find Fauji more live. The reason being, we know what is important in life and what is not. So that is what is the difference that you will see, because the value of life we have more than anybody else, because we have seen more death in front of us. So we know how important is life.
Thank you
so we try to live as much as possible whenever we'll get time. You will find most of us laughing only afterwards. So any other question, ma'am?
Sir,
last question, I think.
I think two students are speaking. 1 minute. Two questions more, and then I think we can wind up.
Divyani and Himani, I guess, right?
Yeah, Divyani and Himani. Last 2 questions. Divyani, you can start. Yeah.
Sir, I want to know about your last posting and what was the experience?
Okay, this last was in J&K, Jammu and Kashmir. If you remember, there was an attack on one of our posts, and we had to move there. Okay, almost close to around 2 to 3 months we stayed in the tents only. Every morning we used to hit at some place, and entire night we used to make movements. Okay, this lasted for close to around 3 months because we were trying to capture locations, and we were quite successful in capturing that as well. But सुबह सुबह हम लोग आके अपने आप को छुपा लेते थे और रात पर हमारा मूवमेंट चलता था, फिर सुबह छुपा लेते थे, फिर रात पर हमारा मूवमेंट चलता था. तो 3 महीने तक बिना गरम रोटी खाए, बिना किसी लग्जरीज के वी केप्ट ऑन मूविंग, एंड दिन में हम सोते थे और रात में हम लोग काम करते थे. इवन द स्लीप साइकिल चेंज. ओके, बट द लर्निंग वाज इमेंस. There is one particular instance where we did not sleep close to around 5 days because दिन के वक्त हमें छुपने की भी सही जगह नहीं मिली थी. So 5 दिन और 5 रात तक हम कंटिन्यूसली नहीं सो पाए. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, तब सोने का पैटर्न होता था कि भाई कंधा दे दे, 2 मिनट तेरे सर पे सो लेता हूँ. ओके, सो वी वर डूइंग इट दैट वे, बट yes, it was something which was out of the you can say out of the world experience that we have gone through. Last posting was quite in terms of learning, it was quite well, too much. And luxuries, when we sit here, lot of things that we get, like you people have already got all these things with you. You never realize the importance of these things. Okay, getting a warm chapati at home also is a luxury, which once you don't get it, you realize how much important it is. So I think एक आध 10 या तुम लोग हफ्ते 10 दिन के लिए जाना चाहिए सभी को. Okay, if people are interested, we'll make arrangements. You will realize what all you have in life, and every day you will start cherishing it more. Okay, I think last question.
Yeah, last question. Come on.
सर आपने बोला था कि जो भी है वो आपकी मेंटालिटी पे डिपेंड करता है, लाइक अगर आप मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड है तो यू कैन डू एनीथिंग. सो सर फिर पता कैसे चलेगा कि फिजिकली कितना पुश करना है?
There is no limit. That is what I am telling you. There is no limit for physical. There is no physical limitation. The only thing is that you have to go slow. Don't do it in one go. See, if you want to run for, हमें पहले दिन 40 किलोमीटर्स नहीं रन कराया था, हमें पहले दिन 2.4 किलोमीटर्स कराया था, उसके बाद भी सीधे 40 नहीं कराया, उसके बाद 5 पर लेके गए, उसके बाद 14 पर लेके गए. So you have to gradually build your ability. It is in every field. Let it be your emotional intelligence, let it be your physical robustness, or let it be your experience or expertise in a particular field. Over a period of time you will get anything, but go slow. That is what is one thing that you need to remember. Even when you go and join any organization, don't start coming out with everything. Like I told you, I had a different experience. लोग बात ही नहीं सुनते थे. Okay, so I took my own time to reach to their heart or to their level and make them understand that why it is important for an organization. So capabilities, if I'll say, there is nothing called as limitation. तुम जितना सोच सकते हो उससे आगे जा सकते हो. And we have got hundreds of examples. So you decide how much you want to limit.
All right. I think there would be still many questions, but then we have to respect time as well. And so, sorry sir, thoda overshoot ho gaya, but it was such an interesting session that the students as well as the faculties were so curious to know about various experiences of yours. And there are certain points which I would like to highlight, which were really very interesting, and it added a lot of value to us as HR professionals. So the best thing is, sir, आपने first ball पे sixer मार दिया ये बोल के कि the most intelligent people are in HR. I mean, so,
we are very happy. We as a faculty are very happy by this word actually.
Yes.
When we as students are also very happy.
Yes, yes.
It is like collar a performance from our side.
So yeah, so well begun is half done, but here well begun was completely done. And sir, some important points which were really alarming and you know were really now will help the students to understand is it is so important to set the parameters right, because sometimes people actually complete everything but the parameters are not as they have to be. So setting the parameters and breaking the thought process, this were really some key points which added a lot of value to the session today. And yeah, the Ragada session was very interesting because I could relate a lot of HR concepts to that, that is group building, team dynamics. जैसे आपने बोला कि अब लास्ट में किसी को उठा के भी लाना पड़ता था बिकॉज नहीं तो हमको सब पर फिर से करना पड़ता. सो इंडिविजुअलिज्म वर्सेस कलेक्टिविज्म जो एक अप्रोच होता है एचआर में जो हम पढ़ाते हैं, आई थिंक lot of HR concepts we can learn from the movies that we see in army, because I don't know when we will be allowed to see actually, and because it's so confidential and restricted area. But I think with your session we could understand and we actually imagined कि ये जो movies में दिखाते हैं वहाँ पे group dynamics कितना important होता है. And sir, the whole session sir, you were smiling. I mean, जो image थी वो totally break हो गई है in a positive way. So it was a very it was a session full of I can say smiles, and we were also laughing in between, and we could see that twinkle in the eyes of the students because they were so curious. Sir, अच्छा इसमें last posting आपकी कहाँ थी? So I would like to mention over here that they were interested to understand human resources, but what I could sense is they were more interested to know about your army experience, sir. So you will have to spare your time maybe after some months for again a session which will not be HRX, it will be totally on sharing your army experiences to the faculties and the students. So, sir, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. And I would now like to invite Divyani, student of...
I just wanted to add one thing, ma'am.
Yes.
Sir, sir, your experience is so vast that it cannot be completed. I think we have 1.5 hours right now. but I think you have so versatile experience, and I personally I'm personally very much infatuated with the army personnel. So it's like I just wanted to listen everything, like how you have spent time in army, क्या हुआ, कैसे join किया, NDA के through, and what are the things, like is it CDS, NDA, what are the things, and how you have completed your training. Lots of things are still there, which I think which need one extra session.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Rajna ma'am would also
Yes,
agree to
ma'am.
this because I
Yes.
think Rajna
Yes,
ma'am
sir.
had maximum questions today.
We also
Yes,
have
I
like questions
Yes,
from the
wow.
army and how they
Yes,
shift.
Yes, some
I
students.
guess I wanted to, if it could have been possible, I really wanted to extend this session itself. It was so interesting, sir. Sir, we are so inspired by you, the kind of motivation we are absorbing from your personality, from your behavior. We are seriously, the word which Neha ma'am selected, we are infatuated with your persona, with your way you are discussing things. Yes, sir, definitely. One more session and very early, sir.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Thanks a lot. It's my privilege to be a part of such a session. I actually enjoy being with the younger lot. That is why I always keep pondering upon. This is the future. If and they are in the right direction, probably we all, you as a faculty and we as an industry, we have got this responsibility in our hand. So any point of time, anything that you want to know, I am always available. And I wish best of luck to all of you guys. And
Thank you so much.
we'll keep meeting. Yeah.
And sir,
And thanks a lot for
actually,
being here.
we have been teaching lot of motivation theory. So when you said that people are so motivated that they are ready to die, so I think motivation can be taught from the army itself, because that is the highest level of motivation anybody can do, that a person gets ready to die. And sir, not taking much of your time, I would just like to invite Divyani to present a vote of thanks as a student of NJMBA. Divyani, please take over the session.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Divyani, and it was a pleasure having you with us and sharing your and our thoughts on a common topic. Though you are much more experienced and there is still a lot to learn from you, you are an inspiration to all of us. You are served in so many places and gained so much of knowledge that one lecture isn't enough to learn everything. Yet there was a lot to learn, and we look forward to many such sessions with you. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thanks a lot, Divyani. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
It was
sir.
nice.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am, should I
Thank you, sir.
end the session?
I think Neha ma'am, you can end the session and we can meet up.
Guys, we will again join at 12:45
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
for the last
Okay,
session.
ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.